Welcome back to another video. I got the opportunity a few days ago to watch my own surfboard being shaped. Got to take photos and videos of it. So today I'm going to go through my whole workflow of that. I already finished and sent the client the stuff because he needed it for social media. So got that done in a few days, which was super good. Had a great workflow with that. Got over like 2,200 photos and 50 videos and already sent those over in like 3-4 days. So great job there. The client really loved them. So I'm going to show them to you and then also edit a few photos. So let's get right into it. We're going to start. Let's just have this up right here. We'll go through all of them. I'll show you what I liked, what I didn't like, and then I'll edit two of my favorite shots. So right here, really cool shot. Just love was really going for kind of the workmanship and then also homemade kind of feel with this because he's shaping his own boards in his garage. And so really cool here, just cool lighting, was trying to get it as sharp as possible with all of this stuff. So right here, really cool shots. Just really cool. Love these concaves in the board. As you can see, these channels. So really trying to make that clear in a lot of the shots. Him just really doing that work. Really wanted to get that craftsmanship in here. Also just logos, and you can see this is the before photos. And then after, really tough lighting, super dark, super grainy. So really just wanted to make it about his company, his marketing, and then also the craftsmanship of the board. This isn't unedited, so unedited right here, it's edited. This is super cool. One of my favorite shots is I'm actually gonna be editing this photo after, which is why it's unedited right now. But this is such a good shot. Used a lot of the radial mask on here. Just a crazy shot, honestly. Really love the colors of what I got. Really makes them stand out. And a lot of things that I did here. I'll show you these masks right here. So a lot of cool things. Had like 4 different masks going and ended up with a great shot. So really happy with that. Little close-up photo. Super happy with this. Just super close up. Just focused on the quality. Really love that close up. Just trying to get different angles. I feel like usually I only had one thing centered in the middle of the screen. So trying to get some things going vertical, horizontal, all this stuff, and really just try to work some different angles here. So really cool here, checking out the board, showing everything behind it. Love this photo, just super sharp, all about that sharp and quality. Really what I was focusing on during that. Same thing there, really sharp. These are super cool, a lot of dust and dirt flying around here. So really wanted to capture that and got a lot of these. This was probably my favorite, looking down the board, seeing this, and you can see he just did it over here as well. So just super cool there. This was a really cool shot, black and white, one of my favorite ones. I'm gonna be editing this one in a minute as well. So this is the unedited to the edited, just super cool there. Just really cool. Right here, really like this black and white again. Look at all these boards behind him that he shaped and messed around with. Just crazy shaping tools. Really been working on the black and white just to try to mess around with the angles and colors and everything as well. Same with this, was like holding the camera above, was trying to look at the screen and all this stuff and came out with a great shot here. Same thing here, working on the logos and then also just the overall workspace of what he's doing, craftsmanship, and just his own little garage. So super cool. Really love this shot. I'll actually show it before. So just making him stand out as much as possible through a lot of masking. This is the first shoot I've used masking on almost every photo and really helped and really made a big difference in this. But this is the last shot. So I'm gonna go back to this other shot and we're gonna work on it. So this is the final product we're gonna build to, and this was the original product. So first off, all I did was crop it in a little bit, kind of center him. Just like that, you could see, didn't do much there from the final image from the cropping side, but we did do a lot with masking. So that's something we're gonna hop into. We're pretty far out, so I'm just gonna use the object shape. Sometimes if you're doing subject and all of that, it can get a little bit messy and takes a lot longer than just doing a little outline of him. So you're gonna do that right here. Honestly, makes it so much easier, and I've been doing masking so much. I highly recommend if you're really trying to get into photography, learn how to use masking. I honestly did not know anything about masking until like 2-3 years ago, but I've been shooting photography for a really long time. So makes a huge difference, and highly recommend watching videos of other people doing it and then also just practicing it yourself. But right here, just want to make him stick out a little bit. And then on the same side of this, we can duplicate, invert the mask. Perfect. And then we're just going to make it quite a bit darker here. and then shadows down, or highlights down, shadows down, whites down, and then blacks down. Actually, whites I want out a little bit just because we do want that light to show from that. And then one thing we're gonna do is overall, let's see. I know we liked it. It was a little bit like orangish, yellowish, weird kind of lighting. So I want it to be a little like bluer, lighter lighting. So for the overall photo, we'll have it a little bit like this. All about sharpening as well. I want it to be super sharp, and color was pretty brutal in there for the lighting. So I put this at a 40. Obviously everyone has their own stuff, but I liked it to be more cautious than not. And it's a little bit further away anyways, so it's not gonna be printed on a huge thing. So it's not like it has to be, 1000% sharp. So I'm not worried about that either. Working on the contrast here, blacks down, white actually up, shadows down, highlights down, and then for overall, I want it to be a little bit brighter as well. And now we're gonna go into these other masks that are super fun to play with and also can be a little bit annoying depending on how you're using it. So right here, this is kind of just focused on him. So I'm gonna increase the lighting right here, and then also highlights. Feather, we're gonna have it at a pretty harsh feather, honestly. And then we're gonna make another one that's quite a bit larger. So going out to like here. We don't want it to obviously do too much with it because we don't want it to wreck the color, but at the same time, we do want it to stand out. So something like that. And then at the same time, I'm gonna duplicate and invert it. This is where it makes the biggest difference here. Something like that, highlights down, and then something, so it goes from here to here already, which is just, it's just insane to see that big of a difference already. And then overall, I'm actually gonna do a little bit of shadows in there, and already closer to this fully shot. So boom, right here. The color is actually already the same. So all we're gonna do for this shot is just make it, let's see, I think it was just a little bit bluer. Adding a little bit more color, honestly. Whoa. Don't want to do too much color. Adding a little bit of color makes it super nice. Gives it like a little bit of a dreamy look, all about it. Don't want it to be too purple or anything. Something like this, like just so cool how it looks from this to this. Just by doing that, a lot of masking. Really like this photo. Probably the favorite photo I took during this. Let's head over to, obviously, I'm sending this over to the client. I'm gonna do a little bit of just tiny things if there's something in the way, remove something, do a tiny bit more editing. And one thing I like to do as well before sending it to the client is stepping away from it for a few hours, even a day, and then coming back to it, and then I'll make a few more tweaks before I send it over. But this is the original photo. Didn't crop it too much. I just put it into the 4x5, something like this, boom. And then one thing is, I don't have my own actual presets for this. I have lifestyle presets, surf presets, sports presets I use for everything, but for black and white, I don't have that. So we're actually gonna go down to these own presets that they have on here, and just kind of see what we like. And let's see. I'd say I like this, black and white, low contrast, and then I'm actually gonna increase the contrast, which is funny. So we're doing the low contrast, but we want a little bit more contrast on this. Same thing with the sharpening. I always have sharpening around a 60. You can do whatever you want, but that's just what I've always done and always had super sharp photos. So that's really what I pride myself on, with super clear, sharp, high quality photos. Always making sure to get that done for the client. So really always pushing that. For shadows, gonna lift these shadows a little bit. And honestly, that's really all I'm gonna do for this shot. This is the final edit, and it's right there. So super just simple editing here. I don't want to do too much with this editing. I want it to look as real as possible, and just be able to deliver high quality photos. So thanks for watching. I hope this video was cool to see. I'm so excited to get this board back. It's getting glassed right now. So maybe I'll make a video of me actually surfing. I'm not that good, but it would be a funny video, like a POV surfing or something. But thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to watch more videos like this. Like this video, share it with your friends. It all really helps me out. And I'll see you next video.